Hey, what's up, guys? It's been a while. So, basically, to explain what happened, college. I'm finally done with my first year of college, so everything should go smooth sailing, hopefully. I really want to get back into the habit of uploading one video a week, simply because I still work. I'm still working, to pay for college next semester. But until then, I'd like to do this just as a little side passion. This is another unscripted video, unlike last time. Sometimes I do scripted, sometimes I'm just too lazy and I want to talk. This is one of those times. Last time I did a video talking about adaptations, like video game adaptations into movies, book adaptations into movies, and I gushed about Project Hail Mary, and at the end of that video I kind of said, hey, yeah, I write books. Which is true. I do write books. I'm very slow at it. I keep getting distracted with stuff like Red Dead Redemption 2. That's the game I'm currently playing. I get distracted with freaking Instagram. Though I'm trying my hardest to only look at it once a day for now. I just keep getting distracted. To be honest, writing stories is not the most stimulating thing. It worked really well when I was in school, was given a laptop, and just wrote while the teacher was talking. Basically implying that I did not pay attention in class, even though I did. I got good grades. But I used to write a lot in class during high school. And that's not really an option in college because college is a lot more involved. Writing in my free time is, it's a bit tricky because I have so many other things I could be doing in my free time, and I feel like I have so little free time. Like, what do I want to do? That also plays into the fact that I have not uploaded a lot recently, but hopefully that's going to change soon. So, I don't want to just sit here and talk about, man, writing's hard. It's so hard. No, I want to talk about some things that I've been writing. Because honestly, if I don't get these ideas out of my head, I'm going to go clinically insane. So yeah, my writing career, I say career, that's not really what it was. My writing streak started in the 6th grade. I was assigned a narrative essay, basically just making a fictional story, and I didn't know what I wanted to do. And so I did a Minecraft fanfiction, because every good writer starts out with fanfiction. I think that's the law of the universe. I'm actually not sure. So this one was just Minecraft Skyblock. It was about this kid who's in an island in the sky. He's trying to find out how to get home. And I had so much fun with that assignment, I made a sequel about Bed Wars. And I had so much fun with that one that I made a sequel where Herobrine was destroying the world. And so that kind of just spiraled, and then eventually I went into like less fanfiction, but also kind of fanfiction. What I did next is I decided to do the multiverse. I don't remember how old I was. That was 10 years ago. I was 11. And I decided, screw it, we're doing the multiverse. So basically what that entails is it followed a character in the real world, but he and a few of his friends go travel through the multiverse and fight this super existential threat that threatens literally all of existence. I went overboard with that one and I had such a blast. And so I wrote a sequel to that, and it was just an alien invasion, and it just spiraled out of control. And eventually I had a much broader universe that I was planning around. And I stuck with that for the longest time. Every story I wrote, in one way or another, connected with every other story that I've written. There's one that was about World War IV. We skipped World War III because I don't know. And then it went interstellar, and so it was just an interplanetary war in another freaking galaxy. And then, like, a Dyson sphere that threatened the existence of everything. I don't know how Dyson spheres worked. I was 16. Yeah, I was very ambitious with it all. So it still had roots in, you know, the multiverse. It was really big on the multiverse. It was just chaotic stuff, but it was so fun to write, and looking back at it, it was very flawed. Like, holy crap, it sucked. I'm adult enough to look at my past self and go, you know what? That ain't it. And so currently what I'm trying to do is I'm planning a reworking, because I don't want to just scrap all of this. I worked too hard on it. So I'm going to rework it. It's still going to have roots in the multiverse, but I'm going to try my best to tread it carefully and not do what Marvel's doing or whatever the heck everybody else is doing. I did the multiverse in my own way, and I plan to keep doing it in my own way. Yeah. But to say that this thing, what I call the Eternal Archives, because I was lazy with names, I didn't do just this. I've done a lot more. I've done a few short stories, but I really like to work on, like, larger stories that could be turned into books one day. At one point I was thinking to myself, okay, what if I try to create something that is completely separated from the Eternal Archives? And so I brainstormed for months, literal months, and I finally came up with a series that I call Tales of Kith. Basically, it's an anthology series following a supercontinent on this fictional planet called Kith, and just war. It's an anthology of war. There are a few main countries, and it's split into 3 eras. One of them, the first era, just explains how the world got into the main era. In the main era, there are only 2 countries, but the first era, there's like dozens and dozens. So the first era explains what happens to those other countries and why these 2 countries just hate each other. And then the third era, there's a few more countries, and then they all go to war again. It's a lot more nuanced than that. I have a vague map in my head. I really want to write down the map, but I don't know how to make a map. But, you know, if I ever make a map, I'll probably do a community post and post a picture of the map of Kith. The only thing I know about it is that it roughly looks like the continent of Pangaea. Because of course it does. That's not the only one that I've been working on. There's another one called Dark Blood. It's just supposed to be this dark fantasy, and it's one that I've enjoyed writing because it has my favorite villain that I've ever written. I love writing villains, they're just so fun. The last story that I'm working on is actually inspired partly by Red Dead Redemption 2 and partly by Project Hail Mary. It is a Western, but instead of it being like I don't know. I never really was exposed to Westerns. But what I decided to do with this one is it's actually following a person with amnesia. That part is what's inspired by Project Hail Mary, is that the main character has amnesia. And so it's told in the first person. The main character has a journal, and what we read is what is written in the journal. And voila, you have a story. So I want to bring all of this up because eventually I do want to start a Kickstarter to, like, fund the publishing process, that is way down the way. Like, that is not anytime soon. I have to finish the story, I have to review it myself and make sure everything's in order, and then I have to actually, start the Kickstarter process. I don't know how to do that. So yeah, we'll worry about that way down the line. Right now, I'm just going to stick to writing. I'm just going to write casually, and hopefully one day I can do enough of it that I can be in a position to publish. But again, I'm going to have to wait for that one. So this video is basically a nothing burger for anybody who doesn't care about writing or reading. I don't care. This is my passion. Writing's my passion. Making videos is my passion, even though I don't do it that often. I just want to be able to share my creativity. And yeah, that's why I made this video, so y'all can be aware. And if, again, I get 15 likes on this video, I'll find a way to publish individual chapters of Dusk Till Dawn, my Western. Yeah, we'll see how that goes. Thank you all for watching, and hopefully I will see you just next week.